One of the things that I find the most annoying is when people complain about other people's success. Ugh, that is the worst. I mean, people hate all the time, and it's the most annoying. The reason it's annoying to me is because I look at those people and I think what one person can do, another can do. So why are you wasting your time complaining and hating on somebody else for being successful instead of working on yourself and getting your life together? I mean, the most annoying. So I thought about this. I was like, why are these people wasting time complaining about what somebody else is doing? And so it dawned on me that obviously these people don't know how to be successful. They don't know what to do. So let me help you. I'm going to tell you 3 reasons you're not successful and how to fix it. Reason number 1, you don't have any goals. Now, goals and dreams are different. I think you need to dream big. I mean, reach for the stars. Whatever you can imagine that you want to do, put it on the list and work towards it. But you will never accomplish it if you don't set some good goals. And so, one technique for good goal setting is to set SMART goals. SMART is an acronym, SMART. So let's walk through those 5 steps and see what the components of a SMART goal are. S stands for specific. The destination of the goal has to be precise and very detailed so that there's no room for confusion about what the actual end goal is. We are looking for a specific outcome here in setting this goal. You don't want to take the time in trying to come up with a good goal and then missing the mark because you weren't specific enough. So make sure that you know exactly what it is that you're hoping to accomplish and be very specific. If my goal is to try to get in shape, it's not enough for me to just say get in shape. That's not specific enough. And so what I need to do is be able to say, I want to lose 20 pounds or to be able to lift, I don't know, what's a good amount of weight to lift? 100 pounds? 50 pounds? I don't know. Anyway, I want to be able to bench press 100 pounds, right? Maybe my goal is to be able to do maybe 10 push-ups. I think maybe I can do one. Push-ups sounds like an excellent goal for me, right? So if that is how I want to define to be in shape, then that's what I need to write down, not just get in shape, because everybody's definition of in shape is going to be different. So I need to define it for myself and say specifically what is it exactly that I'm hoping to accomplish. That will help me with the second part of the SMART goal. The M stands for measurable. So your goal needs to be quantifiable. I need to have some type of way to be able to track my progress and determine when the goal has been accomplished. So some goals are going to be kind of rolling type of goals where I'm maybe wanting to do something on a daily basis, and if I'm able to check that thing off, then that is quantifiable that was done. But most goals are going to have some kind of end in sight. That's where the specificity comes in, so that you're able to determine when you've actually met the goal. So the goal needs to be measurable, right? So if my goal is to be able to do 10 push-ups, like in a row without using my knees, then that's measurable because you can easily count the number of push-ups that are done up to number 10, right? Easy, measurable. Don't forget that one. The A stands for achievable. And so this element means that your goal needs to be something that you can actually accomplish. The dream might be big, right? The dream is big, but the goal needs to be something that can actually be accomplished taking into consideration that you may need to obtain additional resources in order to be able to accomplish the goal, right? So I might need to get a gym membership. Maybe I need to learn a new skill or educate myself about something. Maybe I need to gain more physical resources, like I may need financial capital or something like that in order to be able to accomplish the goal. Maybe I need a mentor or coach. So taking into consideration the fact that you may need to obtain additional resources, then would the goal be able to be accomplished? That's kind of the element that you have to consider. So you want to make sure that your goal is something that is within your ability to do, assuming that you have the necessary resources. The R stands for relevant, okay? Your goal, we're gonna dream big, right? We're gonna dream big, but the goal needs to be relevant to the dream. If my dream is to lose 10 pounds or be able to do 10 push-ups, right? If that's the goal, to be able to do 10 push-ups or to have lost 50 pounds or to be able to go and run a marathon, let's make that the dream. Maybe the dream is to run an Ironman race. Is that a thing? Maybe the dream is to be on American Ninja Warrior, right? American Ninja Warrior, let's go with that one. So maybe that's the dream, is to be an American Ninja Warrior, right? Well, if I can't do 10 push-ups, I'm probably not going to be on that show anytime soon. So my goals need to be relevant to move me in that direction. If that's the big goal, the dream, then it's not really going to do me any good to like go to mechanic school as a way to accomplish that goal. Those things don't match. That's not going to work. I'm getting off track. So you have to make sure that your goals are relevant to the big dream or the big idea that you have, so that you're moving in that direction instead of going the opposite way, right? So make sure your goals are relevant. And the T stands for time bound, right? So your goals need to have a time limit on them. We need a deadline, okay? We need a deadline. And if I don't have a deadline, then I'm not really going to have that sense of urgency or motivation to move and actually accomplish these goals. It's going to take several smaller goals and several medium goals to be able to reach the big dream, right? And so I don't have time to waste. I do not have time to be around here like doing all the things. Like I need to set goals and put deadlines there because I don't have all day and I need to accomplish this level to get to the next level, right? And so that is why all of these elements, all of these components of a SMART goal, they all work together because each one collectively, they're all necessary to be able to get from one level to the next level. And you can set as many goals as you feel like you need to. I mean, if I'm starting off with just trying to be able to do 10 push-ups, like I've got a long way to go before I'm a ninja warrior, okay? And so you set your goals, you put a time limit on it, and you get to work. So that's the first reason you're not successful, is because you don't have SMART goals. On to number 2. The second reason you're not successful is you have too many bad habits. You are getting in your own way. So in order to understand the psychology of a bad habit, you need to think about the purpose behind the habit. As human beings, we don't do anything over and over again unless we are getting something out of it. There has to be some benefit in whatever behavior we're doing in order for us to want to continue to do it. Now, at some point, we do something enough, then it becomes an automatic response. But that thing is still serving a purpose, otherwise we wouldn't do it. I don't care what the habit is. Think of any habit. I'll give you a minute. There's a reason the person is doing what they're doing. And so to break a bad habit and to keep it broken, right? To not go back, then you have to be able to identify the purpose of the habit. What need is it fulfilling? Because I guarantee you there is one, but you need to be able to identify what it is. And so identifying the reason or the purpose behind the habit is kind of the first step in being able to break it. Now, once you've identified what the purpose of it is, then you can look for alternative behaviors that will fulfill the same need, okay? Maybe I drink anytime I'm going to a social function, right? And I feel like I need to drink because I get super anxious and I don't feel comfortable being around people. And so when I drink, I feel more relaxed and I feel more comfortable and I feel more sociable and I'm able to talk to people. And so I start thinking and feeling like I need this in order to be able to function socially. Makes sense, right? Okay, well, if I understand that that's the purpose behind the behavior, then now if I'm going to stop drinking, I can look for other ways to fulfill that need of being more comfortable in a social setting. And so therefore, I can replace the negative behavior with a positive behavior. I get out of my own way. And so if there is a bad habit that you have that's getting in your way, then look for a replacement. I think one that gets in my way is waking up in the morning and scrolling on social media. I lay there comfortable in my bed thinking I should get up and get ready. And then I just keep scrolling. And so what's the purpose of that behavior? I think that it, first of all, allows me to procrastinate on things that I don't really want to do. And maybe second of all, I find it more relaxing because maybe I don't feel like I have a lot of energy in the morning and I want to continue lounging around. Well, I need to identify that as the function, and I can find ways to build my energy up in the morning time so that I do feel more motivated to get up. Or maybe I need to set a morning routine that then allows me to have something to look forward to that will then make me feel more motivated to get up earlier. Okay, so I identify the function and then replace the negative behavior or the unhelpful behavior with something that's more helpful. On to number 3. The third reason you're not successful is because you don't have good systems in place. I mean, it's hard to be consistent and be able to set and accomplish goals if you don't have a good system in place. So a system involves putting intention behind your choices, taking what you're already doing and building on that, bringing some order into what you're already doing, right? So that's how you create a good system. Being able to set and accomplish goals requires daily decision making. It's not something that I can make a decision one time and then bam, I'm already successful. If that's the case, you didn't set a hard enough goal. What's the point of goal setting if you can accomplish it quickly, right? And so if you're going to challenge yourself, then that means that this is something that's going to take some time and it's going to require some consistency in order to be able to be successful. And so you want to take what you're already doing, take your regular routine, build off of that. If a system is going to work, it needs to not be too complicated. You're doing too much if you're having to go way out of your way around the world in order to fulfill this system. A system needs to work with how you already function on a day-to-day basis, and then that is how you become successful. If it's too hard or too inconvenient, you're not going to stick to it. So try to identify how you already move, how you already do things and function on a day-to-day basis, and then try to build off of that to create a system that's going to work best for you. So those are the 3 reasons why I think you're not successful and how to fix it. If you enjoyed this content, give me a thumbs up and maybe leave a comment, particularly if you have a question or if you have a suggestion on future topics you would like to hear from me. If you want to see more content from this channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you can be updated on any future projects. As always, Fear nothing, assume nothing, take nothing for granted. All right, y'all. Go be great.